When your day starts going wrong, when plans fall apart, when someone says something hurtful, you face a quiet decision point. In that small space between what happens to you and how you respond, your greatest power lives. Our greatest power lies in the ability to choose our response to life's challenges. Think about that for a moment. When something difficult happens, you always have a choice. You can react with anger, with frustration, with despair, or you can choose a different, wiser response. This choice, this power, is always within you. No matter what happens in the world around you, you control how you respond. Picture this. Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor faced with unending turmoil, wars, plagues, betrayals, political pressure, fragile alliances. Every day brought new challenges, new threats, new uncertainties. Yet he found peace not in control, but in acceptance. He didn't try to control the chaos around him. Instead, he focused on controlling his own mind, his own thoughts, his own responses. He taught that the happiness of your life depends on the quality of your thoughts, not on external circumstances, not on what happens to you, but on how you think about what happens to you. This ancient wisdom of Stoicism isn't just historical trivia. It's a transformative tool we can all use today. Right now, in this moment, you have the power to change how you think. And when you change how you think, you change your experience of your entire life. This isn't just philosophy. This is practical wisdom that can transform your daily experience. In this video, we'll uncover the art of letting things happen. We'll explore how embracing the flow of life, rather than forcing outcomes, can lead to profound peace and fulfillment. Get ready to dive deep into the timeless teachings of Stoicism. Discover how to navigate life's unpredictability with grace and strength. We'll explore 5 powerful concepts that can transform the way you think and live. First, we'll discover the power of thought control, learning how to distinguish between what we can and what we cannot control. Then we'll explore transforming your thoughts, changing negative patterns into more constructive ones. We'll learn about anticipating adversity, a technique that builds resilience and mental fortitude. We'll dive into living in the present moment, finding peace in the here and now. And finally, we'll practice gratitude, cultivating appreciation for what we already have. Each concept builds on the last, creating a complete framework for positive thinking rooted in Stoic wisdom. These aren't just abstract ideas. They're practical tools you can start using today to transform your mindset and improve your life. Whether you're struggling with negative thoughts, feeling overwhelmed by challenges, or simply seeking a more peaceful way of living, this video will provide the guidance you need. The wisdom we'll explore today has stood the test of time for over 2,000 years. If you're finding value in what we're creating here at Stoic Ocean, and you want to continue exploring Stoic wisdom for modern life, please take a moment to subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell. Your support helps us create more content like this, and we'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Share with us which concept you're most excited to learn about. Let's begin this journey together. Concept 1. The power of thought control. In Stoicism, there's a strong emphasis on distinguishing between what we can and cannot control. This distinction is fundamental. It's the foundation of all Stoic wisdom, and it starts with our thoughts. The Stoics believe that while we cannot control external events, we have complete control over our minds. Think about that. You can't control what happens in the world. You can't control what other people do or say. You can't control the weather, the economy, or the actions of others. But you can control how you think about these things. You can control your response to them. This is where your real power lies. By focusing on your thoughts, you can navigate life's challenges with greater ease and composure. When you understand that your thoughts are yours to direct, you begin to see challenges not as pure threats, but as opportunities to practice your mental strength. It's like building a mental armor that shields you from unnecessary worries and negative influences. This armor doesn't make you immune to difficulties. Instead, it gives you the strength to face them without being overwhelmed. When we understand this, we can start to see our thoughts not just as fleeting moments passing through our minds, but as powerful tools that shape our reality. Every thought you have influences how you feel. How you feel influences how you act, and how you act determines the results you get. A mind left unchecked can easily sink into cycles of worry, fear, and resentment. You begin to anticipate the worst outcomes, to replay past mistakes, to create pain in your mind before anything even happens. This is how powerful our thoughts can be. They can quietly turn an ordinary day into something heavy, draining, and exhausting. But here's the good news. If unexamined thoughts can pull you downward, conscious, deliberate thoughts can lift you up. The same mechanism that creates unnecessary suffering can also create clarity, courage, and joy. It all depends on which thoughts you choose to focus on. A single constructive thought can inspire you, motivate you, and lead to actions that improve your life and the lives of those around you. The Stoics were masters of this mental discipline. They practiced techniques like reflection and journaling to keep their thoughts in check. They understood that an undisciplined mind is like a wild horse, running wherever it wants, causing chaos and suffering. But a disciplined mind is like a trained horse, obedient, powerful, and ready to serve you well. One of their key practices was the evening reflection, where they would spend time at the end of each day contemplating their thoughts and actions. This wasn't just a casual review. It was a structured practice of honest self-examination. They would ask themselves, what thoughts did I entertain today? Were they helpful or harmful? Did I respond to challenges with wisdom or with impulse? Where did I let fear or anger lead the way? What can I learn from today's experiences? This practice allowed them to maintain a clear and focused mind, ready to face the next day with renewed strength. You can start this practice today. Before you go to bed, take just 5 minutes to reflect on your day. What thoughts dominated your mind today? Were they serving you, or were they quietly holding you back? By becoming aware of your thought patterns, you gain the power to change them. Here's a practical exercise you can try right now. Think about a situation that's been bothering you. Maybe it's a problem at work, a conflict in a relationship, or a worry about the future. Now ask yourself, what thoughts am I having about this situation? Are these thoughts based on facts, or are they based on fears? Are they helping me find a solution, or are they just making me feel worse? When you examine your thoughts this way, you begin to see that many of them are not based on reality. They're based on assumptions, on worst-case scenarios, on fears that may never come to pass. This awareness is the first step toward thought control. Once you see your thoughts for what they are, you can start to guide them. You can choose to focus on solutions rather than problems. You can choose to see opportunities rather than only obstacles. This is thought control in action. It's not about suppressing your thoughts. It's about choosing which thoughts to entertain and which to let go. It's about recognizing that you are not your thoughts. You are the observer of your thoughts. And as the observer, you have the power to decide which thoughts deserve your attention. When you master this, you begin to master your life, because your thoughts shape your experience of reality. Choose them wisely. Let me give you a real-world example. Imagine you're stuck in traffic. You have two choices in how you think about it. You can think, "This is terrible. I'm going to be late. Everything is ruined." Frustration builds. Your muscles tighten. Your whole body joins the story in your head. Or you can think, "This is an opportunity to practice patience. I can't control the traffic, but I can control how I respond to it. I'll use this time to breathe, to reflect, or to listen to something inspiring or educational." The situation is the same, but your experience is completely different. This is the power of thought control. It transforms how you experience life. Another example, you receive criticism at work or in a relationship. You can think, "They hate me. I'm a failure. Nothing I do is good enough." Or you can think, "This is feedback I can learn from. Let me see if there's any truth in what they're saying. If there is, I can improve. If there isn't, I can let it go." Again, the situation is the same, but your response is completely different. This is how thought control works in practice. It's not about pretending everything is perfect. It's about choosing thoughts that serve you rather than thoughts that harm you. It's about recognizing that you have agency over your mental state. You don't have to be a victim of your thoughts. You can be the master of them. This is what the Stoics understood so well. They knew that external circumstances will always be changing, but your ability to guide your thoughts can remain constant. This is your anchor in the storm of life. This is your source of true power and freedom. Remember, the power to direct your thoughts is always available to you. It doesn't require special circumstances. It doesn't depend on everything going your way. It's a power you can exercise in any moment, anywhere. Start practicing today. Concept 2, transforming your thoughts. Marcus Aurelius provides invaluable insight when he said, "Here is a rule to remember in future. When anything tempts you to feel bitter, not this is misfortune, but to bear this worthily is good fortune." This quote encapsulates the Stoic approach to transforming thoughts and changing our perspective on challenges and adversities. Think about what he's really saying here. When something difficult happens, it's not the event itself that determines whether it's good or bad. It's how you respond to it. If you respond with bitterness, with resentment, with despair, then yes, it becomes misfortune. But if you respond with dignity, with strength, with wisdom, then it becomes good fortune. This is a profound shift in perspective. At its core, transforming your thoughts involves recognizing that our spontaneous thoughts often come with value judgments that can be misleading and harmful. These judgments are immediate and automatic. They label experiences as good or bad, fun or boring, successful or failing. The problem is that these judgments are rarely based on the full picture. They're often clouded by our emotions and biases. We see things through the lens of our past experiences, our fears, our desires. This distorts our perception of reality. The Stoics teach us that our inner experience is not shaped directly by reality itself, but by our perception of it. Two people can experience the exact same event and have completely different thoughts about it. One sees it as a disaster, The other sees it as an opportunity. Which one is right? Both are right from their own perspective. But one perspective leads to suffering, the other leads to growth. By changing our perception, we can change our thoughts and consequently our lives. This is the key to transformation. Consider how often we let a single negative thought shape our entire day. If you wake up and immediately think, "Today is going to be awful," that thought sets the tone for everything that follows. You start looking for evidence to confirm that belief. You interpret neutral events as negative. You feel stressed and anxious before anything bad has even happened. But what if you could catch that thought and transform it? Instead of, "Today is going to be awful," you could think, "Today might have challenges, but I can handle them." This simple shift can change your entire outlook and experience of the day. You start looking for opportunities, not just problems. You approach challenges with curiosity rather than fear. You feel capable and resilient rather than overwhelmed. One of the Stoic practices for transforming thoughts is to question and challenge them. When you have a negative thought, don't just accept it as true. Pause and reflect on it. Ask yourself, is this thought reasonable? Is it based on facts or is it based on assumptions? Is it influenced by temporary emotions? Would I think this way if I were in a calmer, more grounded state? These questions help you see your thoughts more clearly. They help you distinguish between thoughts that are helpful and thoughts that are harmful. Another powerful Stoic technique is reframing, taking a negative thought and finding a more constructive way to look at it. For instance, if you think, "I failed and there's no point in trying again," you can reframe it as, "Failure is an opportunity to learn and improve." The situation hasn't changed, but your perspective has. And when your perspective changes, your experience changes too. Here's another example of reframing. Instead of thinking, "I have to go to work," think, "I get to contribute and make a difference." Instead of thinking, "This is too difficult," think, "This is a chance to grow and become stronger." Instead of thinking, "I don't have enough time," think, "I'll focus on what truly matters most." Each reframe shifts your energy from draining to empowering. It transforms your experience from burden into opportunity. The practice of gratitude also plays a powerful role in transforming your thoughts. Gratitude shifts your focus from what you lack to what you already have, from what's wrong to what is still right. When you start feeling overwhelmed by negative thoughts, pause and take a moment to list a few things you're genuinely grateful for. It could be something simple like a warm bed, a cup of coffee, a good meal, or a kind word from a friend. When you give your attention to gratitude, it becomes much harder for negativity to dominate your mind in that moment. This is why gratitude is such a powerful tool for thought transformation. It doesn't just add a few positive thoughts. It loosens the grip that negative thoughts have on your mind. Let me share a practical exercise you can use to transform your thoughts right now. Think of a situation that's been causing you stress. Now write down all the negative thoughts you've been having about it. Be honest and thorough. Let them all come out. Then for each negative thought, ask yourself, what's another way to look at this? What would I tell a close friend in this same situation? What can I learn from what happened? Is there any opportunity hidden inside this problem? By going through this process, you'll discover that there are always multiple ways to think about any situation, and you can choose the way that serves you best. This is the essence of transforming your thoughts. It's not about denying reality. It's about choosing the most helpful perspective. It's about recognizing that you have the power to shape your experience through the thoughts you choose. When you practice this consistently, life stops feeling like something that only happens to you and starts feeling like something you can participate in wisely. No matter what happens, you can always choose how to think about it. And when you guide how you think about things, you guide your entire inner experience of life. Let me give you another powerful example. Imagine you're giving a presentation at work. You can think, everyone is judging me. I'm going to mess up. This is going to be a disaster. Or you can think, this is an opportunity to share my ideas. I've prepared as well as I can. I'll do my best, and that is enough. The first set of thoughts creates anxiety and fear. The second set of thoughts creates calm focus and quiet confidence. The situation is the same, but your experience is completely different. This is how thought transformation works in real life. It's not about wishful thinking. It's about choosing thoughts that align with your values and the kind of person you want to become. It's about recognizing that your thoughts are not facts. They are interpretations, and you can choose better interpretations. Another important aspect of transforming your thoughts is an understanding the role of automatic thoughts. These are thoughts that appear without conscious effort. They ride on old habits, old fears, old beliefs. But just because a thought is automatic doesn't mean it's true or helpful. You can learn to catch these automatic thoughts and redirect them before they take hold. At first, this takes effort, but like any practice, it becomes easier over time. The more you practice transforming your thoughts, the more natural it becomes. It's like building a muscle. At the beginning, it's tiring, but with consistent training, it grows stronger. Soon you'll notice yourself automatically choosing more balanced, helpful thoughts, even in situations that used to overwhelm you. This is when transformation starts to feel effortless. This is when positive thinking is no longer a slogan, but a quiet skill you carry inside you. Remember, every moment is an opportunity to practice. Every challenge is a chance to transform your thoughts. Start today, start now. If you're finding value in these Stoic principles we're exploring together, and you want to continue this journey of transformation, please take a moment to subscribe to Stoic Ocean and leave a comment sharing which concept has resonated most with you so far. Your engagement helps us create more content like this, and your insights help others on their Stoic journey as well. Now let's continue. Concept 3, Premeditatio Malorum, anticipating adversity. The term Premeditatio Malorum translates to premeditation of evils or anticipation of adversity. It was a technique regularly employed by Marcus Aurelius and other Stoics to foster resilience and mental fortitude. At first, it might sound strange. Why would you want to think about bad things happening? Isn't that just pessimism? But there's a crucial difference between pessimism and Stoic preparation. Pessimism is expecting the worst and feeling helpless about it. Stoic preparation is expecting challenges and feeling ready to handle them. Imagine starting each day by acknowledging that things might not go as planned. This isn't about expecting disaster, it's about being realistic and mentally prepared. Marcus Aurelius would wake up and remind himself, the people I deal with today will be meddling, ungrateful, arrogant, dishonest, jealous, and surly. This sounds harsh, but it served a crucial purpose. It prepared him mentally for the inevitable frustrations and challenges of daily life. By expecting difficulties, he could approach them with calmness and equanimity when they arose, rather than being caught off guard. When you're caught off guard, you react emotionally. You get angry, frustrated, upset. But when you're prepared, you can respond with wisdom. You can stay calm and composed. You can handle the situation with clarity and effectiveness. The idea behind Premeditatio Malorum is not to dwell on negative outcomes, but to mentally rehearse how you would handle them. This practice builds psychological resilience. When we visualize potential setbacks and plan our responses, we reduce the shock and emotional impact when those setbacks occur. It's similar to how athletes visualize their performance before a game. They prepare for various scenarios, which enhances their actual performance. They don't just visualize success. They also visualize how they'll handle obstacles. This mental preparation makes them more resilient and more effective. Think of Premeditatio Malorum as a mental fire drill. Just as practicing a fire drill prepares you to act swiftly and calmly in an actual emergency, mentally rehearsing how you would handle difficulties prepares you to face real-life challenges with greater composure and strength. This technique is deeply rooted in the Stoic understanding of what is within our control and what is not. The Stoics believe that while we cannot control external events, we can always choose our reactions to them. By anticipating potential problems and deciding in advance how to respond, we take proactive control over our emotional and mental state. Here's how you can practice Premeditatio Malorum. Each morning, take a few minutes to think about potential challenges you might face that day. Maybe it's a difficult conversation you need to have. Maybe it's a deadline that's going to be tight. Maybe it's a situation that's been weighing on your mind. Now imagine how you would handle these challenges with wisdom and composure. What would you say? How would you respond? What would you do? By mentally rehearsing these scenarios, you prepare yourself to handle them well when they actually occur. You're not creating problems. You're preparing solutions. Now that's the key difference. You're not dwelling on what might go wrong. You're preparing for how you'll respond if things do go wrong. This preparation gives you confidence. It reduces anxiety. It makes you more resilient. Let me give you a practical example. Imagine you have an important meeting tomorrow. You can practice Premeditatio Malorum by thinking, what if someone challenges my ideas? How will I respond? I'll listen carefully, acknowledge their perspective, and then calmly present my reasoning. I won't get defensive. I'll stay focused on the goal. By mentally rehearsing this, you prepare yourself to handle the situation well. When it actually happens, you're not caught off guard. You're ready. You respond with composure rather than reacting impulsively. This is the power of Premeditatio Malorum. It transforms potential problems into opportunities for growth. It turns challenges into demonstrations of your strength. It builds resilience through preparation. Remember, this isn't about expecting the worst. It's about being prepared for whatever comes. It's about developing the mental strength to handle life's challenges with grace and wisdom. When you practice this regularly, you'll find you're less surprised by difficulties, less overwhelmed by challenges, and more confident in your ability to handle what life brings. This confidence is invaluable. It allows you to move through life with greater ease and peace. It frees you from the constant anxiety of what if, because you know that whatever happens, you have already begun to prepare. This is the gift of Premeditatio Malorum. It's not pessimism, it's preparation. It's not fear, it's strength. It's not weakness, it's resilience. Start practicing it today. Take a few minutes each morning to mentally prepare for potential challenges. You'll be surprised by how much more grounded and capable you feel throughout the day. You are building a mental toolkit in advance. When a challenge arises, you don't have to invent your response in panic. You already have a plan. You already have a posture. This reduces stress and increases effectiveness. You think more clearly because you're not scrambling. You act more decisively because you've already thought things through. This is why Premeditatio Malorum is such a powerful practice. It doesn't just prepare you for specific problems. It trains your mind to stay steady amid uncertainty. You may still feel stress. You may still meet resistance, but you'll handle them with greater composure, bounce back more quickly, and grow stronger each time. This is a true power of anticipating adversity. It doesn't prevent storms. It prepares you to walk through them. This is what Marcus Aurelius understood so well. He knew that life would always bring challenges, but he also knew that mental preparation was the key to meeting them well. That's why he practiced Premeditatio Malorum every day, and it can become part of your practice too. Concept 4. Living in the present moment. Marcus Aurelius emphasized this when he said, "Give yourself a gift. Present moment." This statement is a call to embrace the here and now, to fully immerse ourselves in the current moment, free from regrets of the past and anxieties about the future. Think about what a gift the present moment truly is. Right now in this moment, you are alive. You are breathing. You are capable of seeing, feeling, thinking, and choosing. But how often do we actually experience it? How often are we truly present? The Stoics believed that the present moment is all we truly have. The past is unchangeable. The future is uncertain. Only the present is real. Only the present is ours to live in. Dwelling too much on either robs us of the peace and clarity that come from being fully engaged with the present. When we're lost in thoughts about the past, we're not here. We're reliving old experiences, replaying old conversations, regretting old decisions. When we're lost in thoughts about the future, we're not here either. We're worrying about what might happen, planning for scenarios that may never occur. In both cases, we miss the only moment that's actually happening, right now. When we focus on the present, we can better appreciate the world around us, the people we interact with, and the tasks we undertake. It's about finding joy and fulfillment in the here and now, rather than postponing happiness for some distant, uncertain future. Consider how often we get lost in our thoughts about what has already happened or what might happen next. We replay past mistakes, anticipate future problems, and this constant mental chatter keeps us from truly experiencing life. We're so busy thinking about life that we forget to actually live it. Living in the present also means letting go of the need to control everything. The Stoics taught that we should accept what lies outside our control and focus on what we can influence, our own thoughts and actions. This acceptance can be incredibly liberating. When we stop trying to control the things beyond our reach, we quietly reduce our stress and our anxiety. We free up mental energy that was being wasted on battles we could never win. Then we can redirect that energy to what is truly ours: our thoughts, our actions, our responses. One practical way to live in the present is through mindfulness. The simple practice of bringing your attention back to this moment without judgment. You can do this through small, ordinary exercises, focusing on your breath, observing your surroundings, or engaging in a task with full attention. When you're eating, really taste your food. Notice the texture, the flavor, the warmth or coolness. When you're walking, really feel your body moving. Notice your feet touching the ground, the air on your skin. When you're talking to someone, really listen to what they're saying. Not just waiting to reply, but hearing their words, their tone, their feelings. These simple practices bring you back into the present moment. They ground you in reality, not in worries or regrets. They connect you with life as it is actually happening right in front of you. By practicing mindfulness, we train our minds to return to the present whenever they start to wander. This greatly enhances our ability to stay focused and remain calm, even in stressful situations. When you're fully present, you're not lost in what might go wrong. You're not replaying what already happened. You're simply here now, responding to what is right in front of you. This presence gives you clarity and strength. It allows you to respond to situations with wisdom rather than reacting blindly from emotion. Let me give you a simple exercise right now. As you're listening, take a moment to notice your breath. Feel the air entering your body. Feel it leaving your body. Nothing to force, nothing to change. Just notice your breath. If your mind wanders, gently bring it back to the sensation of breathing. This simple practice brings you into the present. It quiets your mind. It centers you inside yourself. You can do this anytime, anywhere. Whenever you feel overwhelmed or anxious, return to your breath. Return to this moment. This is the quiet power of living in the now. It is always available to you. It doesn't require special tools or conditions. It's a practice you can begin in a single breath. Another way to practice living in the present is to fully engage with whatever you're doing. If you're washing dishes, just wash the dishes. Feel the water on your hands. Notice the temperature, the weight, the movement of your arms. If you're having a conversation, really be in that conversation. Listen fully. Respond honestly. Be present with that person, even for a few moments. When you're fully engaged in the present moment, you're not chasing what comes next. You're not replaying what came before. You're simply here now, doing the one thing that is in front of you. This full engagement brings a quiet sense of peace and fulfillment. It can make even mundane tasks feel meaningful. It transforms ordinary moments into moments of real presence. This is the quiet gift of the present moment. It's always here. It's always rich enough. All you have to do is meet it fully. Living in the present moment also means accepting things as they are right now. Not as you wish they were, not as you fear they might become, but as they actually are. This kind of acceptance doesn't mean you give up on improving your life. It means you start from solid ground, from what is real, not from illusion. You can't change your life if you're not honest about where you are. You can't move forward if you're stuck in the past or lost in the future. You have to be here now, seeing things clearly, and then acting from that clear seeing. This is how the present moment becomes a foundation for positive change. When you're fully present, you can see what needs attention. You can see what's working and what is not. You can make decisions based on reality, not on fear or fantasy. This clarity is invaluable. It allows you to take effective action. It allows you to make genuine progress step by step. It allows you to create the kind of life you truly want to live. But it all begins with being present, with showing up for this moment, with being here now. The practice of presence is simple but not always easy. It requires gentle, continuous attention. Yet the rewards are immense. Peace, clarity, and fulfillment. These are the quiet gifts of the present moment, and they are available to you right now. All you have to do is return to this moment again and again. Concept 5. The practice of gratitude. Marcus Aurelius, despite carrying the weight of an empire, took time each day to reflect on the simple privilege of being alive. He said, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love." This profound sense of gratitude is not just about noticing a few pleasant things. It's about cultivating a deeper appreciation for every moment and experience, even the difficult ones. Every morning before he faced the pressures of ruling Rome, he paused to remember the gift of existence itself. This wasn't just a comforting thought. It was a discipline that shaped how he experienced his entire day. Gratitude shifts our focus from what we lack to what we already have, creating a mindset of abundance rather than scarcity. When you focus only on what you don't have, you can feel poor even if you live in comfort. When you focus on what is already present, you can feel rich even with very little. The facts may be the same. The feeling is different. That difference is perspective. It's easy to get caught up in the daily grind and overlook the quiet blessings that surround us. We take so much for granted. A roof over our heads, food on our table, the people who care about us, the ability to see, to hear, to move. These are all gifts, but we rarely pause to recognize them. By consciously practicing gratitude, we train our minds to notice the good, even in challenging times. This doesn't mean ignoring difficulties. It means acknowledging that, alongside the hard things, there is always something we can still appreciate. One effective way to practice gratitude is by keeping a gratitude journal. Each day, write down 3 things you're grateful for. They don't have to be dramatic. A warm cup of coffee, a quiet morning, a message from a friend, a small victory at work. The key is to be specific and to pause long enough to actually feel the appreciation. Don't just write the words. Let the feeling land in you for a moment. That feeling is what slowly reshapes your mindset. Expressing gratitude to others is another powerful practice. Take time to thank the people around you, not only for big favors, but for small, everyday kindnesses. Thank your partner for a simple act of care. Thank your colleague for their support. Thank your friend for listening when you needed it. This strengthens your relationships and reminds you how deeply your life is intertwined with the lives of others. You begin to see how much you receive, often without noticing. Gratitude has a ripple effect. When you express it, you often inspire others to do the same. A sincere thank you can brighten someone's day, and they may carry that kindness into their next interaction. In the context of Stoicism, gratitude also means accepting and appreciating the present moment as it is, without constantly longing for what is not. This is captured in the idea of amor fati, the love of one's fate, embracing all aspects of life, including challenges and setbacks, as part of your story. You don't have to enjoy every difficulty, but you can choose to see each experience as a teacher, shaping your character, revealing your strength, deepening your wisdom. When you can look at hardship and still say, "There is something here for me to learn or to grow from," you are practicing gratitude at a very deep level. Let me share a simple exercise you can start today. Each morning, before you get out of bed, think of 3 things you're grateful for. They can be the same each day, or they can change. The important part is to feel the gratitude, not just name it. Then, as you move through your day, look for small opportunities to express gratitude. Thank someone. Notice something beautiful. Acknowledge something good that you might usually overlook. By the end of the day, you'll have quietly trained your mind to look for what is right, not only for what is wrong. Over time, this mindset can transform how you experience your life. You begin to notice more good. You feel less empty, even when life is hard. You become more resilient because you can see light even when the sky is heavy. This is the power of gratitude in practice. It doesn't erase your struggles, but it changes the way you carry them. It reminds you that even in difficulty, your life still holds moments of meaning, connection, and quiet joy. Start small. Start today. Ask yourself right now, what am I grateful for in this moment? Let one sincere answer come to mind. Hold it gently for a few breaths. This is how gratitude begins, not as a grand gesture, but as a quiet habit of noticing what is good. As we wrap up our journey through these Stoic practices, remember Marcus Aurelius's wisdom. The joy of life lies in the present, in the richness of what we have, and in the connections we cherish. The art of thinking positively is not about pretending that life is easy. It's about developing the inner tools to face difficulty with wisdom and grace. In this video, we've explored 5 powerful concepts: the power of thought control, learning to focus on what is truly within our control, transforming your thoughts, shifting harmful patterns into perspectives that support growth, anticipating adversity, preparing your mind so challenges disturb you less and strengthen you more, living in the present moment, returning again and again to the only place where life actually happens, and the practice of gratitude, cultivating appreciation for what you have, even while you work toward what could be better. By learning to guide your thoughts, to prepare for hardship, to stay present, and to practice gratitude, you begin to quietly transform your experience of life from the inside out. These Stoic teachings remind us that true happiness comes from within, from the quality of our thoughts and the way we choose to perceive the world. Start today by paying attention to the stories your mind tells. Notice your thoughts. Gently question the negative. Nurture the thoughts that are honest and helpful. Remember, as Marcus taught us, what we do now echoes in eternity. Choose your thoughts wisely and cultivate a mindset that leads to quiet fulfillment and deep inner peace. These practices aren't just philosophical ideas to admire. They're practical tools you can use every single day. Start with one practice. Keep it simple. Stay with it. Let it sink into how you live, not just what you know. Then, when it feels natural, add another. Build these habits gradually. Be patient with yourself. Change in the mind is slow but powerful. With consistent practice, you'll notice a shift. You'll experience more moments of calm and clarity. You'll feel lighter inside, even when life is heavy outside. You'll handle challenges with more wisdom, less panic, more perspective. This is the quiet promise of Stoic wisdom. It's not about perfection. It's about progress. Not about never struggling. It's about learning to struggle well. Not about avoiding challenges. It's about facing them with strength, courage, and a steady mind. If you found value in this journey we've taken together today, and you want to continue exploring Stoic wisdom for modern life, please take a moment to subscribe to Stoic Ocean and hit the notification bell so you never miss our latest reflections on Stoic philosophy and practical wisdom. We'd also love to hear from you in the comments below. Which of these 5 concepts resonated most with you? How are you planning to weave these principles into your daily life? Your insights and experiences help grow a community of learning, reflection, and shared growth. And when this video ends, remember to check out one of the suggested videos on your screen to continue exploring the profound insights of Marcus Aurelius in the Stoic tradition. Together, let's cultivate a life of virtue, resilience, and meaningful connection. Thank you for being here and for walking this path with us at Stoic Ocean. As we close this chapter of our time together, remember, Stoic wisdom is not just ancient text. It's a living guide for navigating the complexity of modern life. By embracing these teachings, you embrace a path of growth, clarity, and deep inner stillness. Until next time, stay stoic, stay strong, and keep returning to what truly matters: the quality of your thoughts, the honesty of this moment, and the gratitude you cultivate for the life you're living. Choose your thoughts wisely. Live fully in the present. Practice gratitude daily. This is how you think positively. This is how you live well. This is how you begin to find lasting peace.